beauty of it is that we're all learning. We're all learning and we're all in it together. It's Monday, May 17th, 2021. Ladies and gents, boys and girls, welcome back. Glad you made it. It is yet another one. A so-so production. Getting into it. Thank you guys. What a lovely weekend. What a beautiful day, and I hope you're all safe and sound wherever you are. Today I got a lot on my mind. Over the past couple of days, I've had a lot on my mind. Been thinking a lot, trying to grapple with a lot of ideas, feeling a little bit of growing pains, which is nice. I'm feeling challenged, and that's great. That's great. I think we're all feeling a little bit challenged, and the great thing about challenges, the great thing about a little bit of discomfort is it allows for improvement. So that's what I'm looking forward to. No particular topic on the agenda. A lot of things I do want to touch on that are interconnected. And we'll just get into it, I guess. What do you do? What do you do if you see... I'll just get into it. I really have been wrapping my head around as how to approach this. It's a sensitive bunch of topics. But I think the remedy for everything is, again, I try to come in here and apply this in my own life and hopefully help in some sense, be of service by showing that we can do a lot with love and a little bit of humor. Most of the time I just, try to be a little bit funny here and there. A lot of attempts, a lot of misses, but we're trying. But today I don't think I really care too much about being funny. Not today. If it happens, it happens. But most of the time, yes, I do want to be coming in here and make you guys laugh and smile and all that stuff. And sometimes we come in here and talk about serious issues too. That's part of life. So what do you do? What do you do when you see two people fighting? Let's start with a hypothetical. Let's start with a hypothetical. You walk down the street, you see two people fighting, flicking maybe feces and rocks at each other. And just wondering, what's going on? What do you do? What do you do if you see two people, let's say, on the street just fighting and flicking rocks and feces at each other? What do you do? Do you jump in there immediately, get in between the feces and the rocks? Would you stand by and watch it happen? Or do you yell out, "Hey, what are you doing there?" And they might, turn around and you might catch yourself getting ricocheted, dude, with the rocks and the feces. It might happen. Hypotheticals. I don't know where I was going with that, but let's get into it. Uncomfortable topics sometimes. It's sensitive topics. Well, let's discuss a little bit of the things that happened over the weekend. Went for a great walk. Went for a few more walks even on Sunday, but Saturday when I went out there in the city here in Toronto, saw a lot of people gathering peacefully for the most part. Anti-lockdowns. A lot of people are, wanting to get out there and open up businesses, open up shops, get the economy going, get the kids back to somewhat of a normal schedule heading forward to, this year, the school year. I really do believe thank God I'm not in school. Thank God I don't have kids right now because it's been a trying year. So let's just try to wrap it up as nicely as possible. And again, get ready for next fall, and really let's try to make the best of spring, and let's try to get some sort of a summer back, because people really do need it. People really do need each other. People really do need the economy to be opening up, and we just need basic groundwork, the infrastructure to support everybody get uplifted, and I think we've got the means and the resources. And it's just how can we achieve all these things that we want? I think it's just through talking, through listening, through love, through compassion, and having empathy for each other. Because when I go out there and see people gathering in a large number, it tells me that there is a feeling of unhappiness, discontent building up. People want to gather people, and sometimes I'll go back and I'm just thinking about ideas, this, that, and the other, reading newspaper articles that might come out a couple hours later or a day later, and then you'll hear an incident where somebody got arrested for this, that, and the other, and it's like, what kind of a summer do we want? What kind of a life do we want to have? Do we want to have a life of more lockdowns and more clashes of ideas over petty little things, or no, do we want to and I think for the most part people are very level-headed, and I think we can definitely, and we are already changing our pace and our gear, I suppose, but it does need to be, we do need to see some form of a clear, I think people need to see a clear date, people need to hear a clear, because it's not really fair to ask people to, do their best while we cut each other off of so many resources. That's, it's very difficult. So I don't want to see more, I don't want to see clashes between people and the police, because that's the thing, we need each other, and to utilize our police force in the form that we've been just using them as a shield, kind of, putting ridiculous mandates and then having somebody to go out there and enforce it, and then we create this space between the public and the police and politics. And I do have a lot of hope. I do see a lot of beautiful things happening, but a topic that's been on my mind, and I've been haven't said anything when it happened, obviously, because I've been trying to wrap my head around it. It's been a topic that I was interested in even in university. A little bit had to do with race, ethnicity, and trying to look at things from a sociological perspective and just trying to make sense of it, trying to look at things from a unbiased perspective, objectively. And what I want to, I guess, touch on today a little bit, and I want to talk about it so that I can talk about other things along the week, because that's the thing, sometimes there are topics that I'm not too comfortable about, just like everybody has something that they don't necessarily want to talk about, maybe publicly, because things are so easily taken out of context and misrepresented. And essentially what I just want to be doing is coming in here and being of assistance and of service. And again, I think we can tackle things with love and empathy and by not othering. And I think a whole lot of the issues that we've got going on a local level, on a global level, it's because of a lot of othering, We've gotten way better, and things overall are looking superb, but we could always be improving, right? And circumstances sometimes, the situation that's unraveling right now in the Middle East, Israel and Palestine, Hamas and the Israeli government exchanging fire and bombs, and my heart goes out to all the people on the ground, just normal people, everyday people on both sides, whether you're Palestinian or Israeli, and you're just an average citizen and you happen to be going through that. My heart goes out. That's the thing, and I just try to imagine how could we solve these issues? And a lot of this stuff just, again, it stems from wanting to disconnect from whatever the problem is. It's always easier to be it's that person's fault or it's that group's fault, right? Whatever side you may pick, it doesn't even matter. And we've had these things happen in different forms throughout history, in different countries, in different regions. all the bickering and fighting over nonsense. And it's most of the times like when you travel to places, when you read, when you study history, when you open up your eyes and look, it's like most people are really good. Most people are really tolerant. Most people are really nice. Most people go out of their way to be accommodating. Most people want to just coexist in a peaceful manner. Oftentimes, it's just you find that extremists somehow work their way into all forms of governments around the world and pit people against each other. Populations, brothers and sisters of the same. We're all made of the same. Like at the end of the day, I really do see us as one species, one human race. I don't. Yes, we do have our little tiny differences here and there, but there's so much more that we've got in common. And I would hope. I don't know if this makes like. I really don't think bombing each other, fighting. I really don't see fighting as a useful tool. It's so primal. It's so immature in a sense when it comes to the way we behave. Just that's why I like sports. That's why I like fighting. Like I'm a huge fan of the UFC. I like fighting when it's organized, when there's like proper way of displaying the beauty of being an animal as well, being a human animal spirit, channeling energies. So many different ways we could be channeling energies, right? And it's just like instead of focusing on the things that we got in common, we always focus on the little minor differences, and we get so stuck on ideas of identity, national identity, ethnicity, flags, isms. That's why I don't really feel comfortable ever associating with any group really. Like and I like being an individual. I just wanna I'm always for team humanity. I just believe we're all the same and we should all have the same equal basic human rights everywhere. I hope over time we can achieve that, and I don't know how we're going to achieve it, but I think we're going to achieve it by using tools like love, laughter, getting together, breaking bread, having meals together, listening to each other. Instead of having all these bureaucratic ways of conducting ourselves, we have all these meetings, the G20 summits, the United Nations, this, that, the other, and a lot of times it's like there's too much bureaucracy, too many hurdles to jump through to actually get to the root of the problem. And a lot of times if we really look at it, we've been doing it together. There is no us versus them. There is no it's that guy's fault or that group's fault, or no, it's the other group's fault. We're in it together. We've been in it together since the start. We'll be in it together till the end, and that's forever. Like we're all one large family, really. It does not make sense that we fight over resources, over land, over fuel, over energy, over everything, right? It's silly that we fight over these things because there's plenty to go around. And I look at a place like, again, like the Middle East in general has been, the governments in the Middle East, I should say. Again, I love people, but the governments in the Middle East are horrible at managing. Jeez Louise, I mean, horrible at managing populations, and you should really focus on the people. You should really focus on the people, and I'm so grateful and thankful. That's the thing, when I go outside on a Saturday or a Sunday, that I get to, after finishing my work, get to go in my neighborhood, sometimes spend time with my friends, with my loved ones, go out there and see different things and be in a peaceful environment. I'm so lucky and blessed, and I'm so grateful of that and happy that I can have that. And hopefully I just want to maintain it and pass it along to other people as well. And I hope that we can achieve that in every part of the world. Why shouldn't we live together in peace and harmony where we can? It's ridiculous sometimes the way we go about conducting ourselves, and I don't want this to be like, that's the thing. The more I've thought about it, and I've thought about this a lot, you guys, trust me. Sometimes we're maybe looking for two complex of a solution, or we want a complicated answer because we've gone and created this very complicated situation. But really, we need to go back to the basics. Go back to the basics. Forgiveness, understanding, compassion, community, love, and all these things should be, and you should put that towards yourself and everybody else around you as well. And I don't want to see further escalation or tensions built up. And it's like these sort of things have always been happening, and I know but that's the thing. When do we stop it? And it's like that's the thing. You see two people walking down the street and fighting. What do? Sometimes you're like, man, I don't want to get hurt. I'm not gonna say anything. I'll just walk by. Sometimes you get involved, you don't get hurt, nobody gets hurt, everybody just like talks it out. Maybe that could be achieved too. Maybe we could all just like sit down, relax, take a breather. Wasn't this period the period of pause and reset and renewal and rebirth and regeneration? I think it is. I really think it is. I think it's okay to be upset. It's okay because we have globally, and every region's been hit differently, but we've all lost certain things, but there's a lot to be gained. And I'm excited for the future, and I'm excited for the rest of the spring and the rest of the summer. And I want to be doing more positive things, getting out there, and I'm just literally trying to learn. Take my little baby steps and learn. And sometimes I feel much better that I've talked about it now, because I don't know, maybe part of it is selfish. But at the end of the day, I know I gotta like talk about the things that are important to me and get them off my chest, because if I don't, then I'll go in circles, and it won't allow me to have space for other creative ideas or thoughts. And sometimes you just need to take care of business. And I just wanted to say my little 2 cents, and that's it. That's really it. I don't. I had a hard time. I really had a hard time this weekend. I'm like, I just want to, and that's the thing. Timing. I really do try to stay, and I am overall. I would say in my own mind, in my own living entity, in my own spirit, I'm a very relatively positive and level-headed person. Like everybody else, I do have my moments when I go in my feelings. I get upset, and when I do talk about topics that are a little bit heavy, I don't want anybody thinking that, oh man, we need to, because you do need to be aware, you do need to be mindful of things, and it's like everything, we do need to realize that everything's connected. Everything really is connected. So, with that being said, I don't feel bad that sometimes I come in here and touch on heavy topics, and at the end of the day, and I'm completely okay with that, because I'm not here to like please anybody in particular. Rather, I'm doing this one for myself, because I feel like everybody's got a duty or a service or a calling that they've got in life somehow, and mine is, I guess, through talking and storytelling, and hopefully being able to incorporate some sort of a comedy and funny spin to things. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know, man. It's a difficult little challenge, but I'm happy that I talked about it. That's all I'm trying to say. And we'll come in here, we'll spice it up, and that's the thing, man. Yeah, what I'm trying to say is I'm not trying to please anybody in terms of like, I just want to make sure that everybody gets a voice. I just want to make sure that you can like, and I hope by doing this, other people can, if I'm learning from other people who are doing it on different levels at they're killing it. So I'm just like starting out, but I hope to one day be able to, and I hope maybe this does it already in a little sense, if somebody else wants to do something similar in terms of gaining some sort of independence and like really working with people in terms of, that's the thing, I don't, on the weekend I'll joke about not having a boss. I don't have a particular boss, but at the end of the day, it's like you guys are my producers, you guys are my boss. So, and it's not for everyone. It's not for everyone. It's for whoever likes it. It's for whoever jives, whoever, and that's cool, man. There's so many different people out there catering to different things, and this is my way of giving back. And I think hopefully my dream is to just make it better and grow from it. And right now we're being a little bit we got to just remain patient. We got to remain patient, but we got to cooperate. We all got to like listen and actually implement positive change. I don't feel comfortable with the fact that our politicians have these deep pockets, and all of them, most of the part, are sitting back. And even now, right now, we actually have science coming out and saying we could definitely be easing things up. And here in Canada and Ontario, we're definitely not listening to the science, and we're just still driving on that fear mentality. And it's not cool, because at the end of the day, we want to get cooperation. We don't want to have public clashes between the police force and the public, or just further discontent. And like, and then this is the type, if you want to be fueling, if you want to add more fuel to divisiveness, that's what you, because that's the thing, at the end of the day, people are social beings. They want to be together, they want to help each other, and they need each other's company to do that. So let's realistically set a date, instead of every 2 weeks or every month coming in with a surprise, having everybody sit on the edge of their seats waiting to go back but not knowing when, and then all of a sudden hearing, oh, we got another 2 weeks, we got another month. A lot of businesses need to really start thinking about opening up, and we need to put in the infrastructure to assist them, to help them get back on their feet, and individuals as well. And that's the thing, we should do it locally, we should do it globally. And a lot of times I do talk about these things. We need to think of a way so that we don't go into another form of a long-term depression or a recession, whether it requires us redistributing debt or wealth. Take a little bit from both sides. It doesn't have to be so black and white all the time. There's so much gray zone in everything that we can work on. And that's all I'm saying, dude. That's all I'm trying to say. I hope it makes sense. I hope it resonates. And that's it, man. I tried. And hopefully we can come in here on Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday and have some fun. Despite the fact that there's a lot of restrictions, I still do believe that things are going to be easing up. And the weather's beautiful. I'm going to be personally trying to get out there and do a little bit more of a outdoor show. We'll see what happens. But I'm cooking up ideas, and if you guys do see me pop in on a different day, bear with me. I'm still, again, trying to learn, adjust the dial, turn it up, turn it down, coming on a different day, try different things, trying to learn how to edit, do this, that, and the other. And it's a hell of a lot of fun. So thank you guys for whoever's been with me from the get-go. Thank you for all your love and support and the patience that you've given me, and I hope that I'm somehow giving something back. And for anybody else who's joining, if it's your first time, thank you very much. And we're just here supporting each other. I got your back, you got my back, and that's all there is to it. You really got to just, I think this is hopefully, like, again, I come in here and I want to talk because I think it's through talking and listening that we're going to solve a lot of our problems. That's essentially it, because pointing fingers, just doesn't do it. It's too easy to, we've been around the block enough times to realize that scapegoating doesn't help, that pointing fingers doesn't help, and using fear tactics and hiding behind grand things doesn't help either. Let's cooperate. Let's really, dig deep and find the root of the problem and fix it. If we want to fix it, we can fix it. If we want to eliminate, more wars, if we want to get rid of actual poverty, if we want to create a society, both locally and globally, of more winners, right? That's essentially it. That's all you want to do, and it's through cooperation and love. That's all I gotta say. Just want to make sure that's heard, because it's easy to, hear stories, and the news media outlets love to sell stories because, well, there's a lot of money to be made in stories, right? Give you a nice little conflict, an ongoing, everlasting conflict. It's this side versus that side. And it's like, no, it's just one side. It's just humanity. And we need to really stop viewing each other as the other and stop othering, because this is all going to be a continuous circle. If we don't stop it, it'll just continue, and we can stop it. We definitely can. We can come up with solutions, reasonable solutions that cater to everybody's needs, just through listening a little bit and cooperating. That's all it takes. We can't be selfish, and if we gotta want the same things that we want for ourselves for other people too. It can't just be that I want all the wealth, the security, the amenities, the social services, whatever you want, everybody else should have it too. Like it shouldn't just be for one group or the other. It should be evenly distributed for everybody. And that's all I'm trying to say, man. That's all I'm trying to say. Hope that makes sense. Hope it makes sense. I think it does. I think it does, because man, I've been like really, yeah, it was a difficult time because I'm like, oh, just come in there with the jokes. I'm like, oh, I literally could not think of anything else. This past week, it was just like there. It was there. I'm like, talk about it. Don't talk about it. Talk about it. Don't talk about it. I just love people. That's all I'm trying to say. And it's like, yeah, our leadership needs improving. The people that are quick to pull the trigger in every direction. You know what I'm saying? It's getting way better, though. I'll tell you that. Every generation, it's getting better. The stats are there. The proof is in the pudding. We have gotten so much better, and we're really, really doing great things. It's just we're gonna have to be patient. We're gonna have to be patient. So I want you to be patient, and I wanna be patient with myself. Give myself the attention, the love, and the care that I need, so that I can come in here and be of service. And I want you guys to do the same thing. Hopefully you already are. A lot of you guys are smarter. You're already doing all the great things. I see it. Take care of yourselves. Be safe out there. Help each other out. Be a part of the community. The little things. The little things that it's the little things that count. The little hello, the little goodbyes, the little holding of the door open, the please and the thank yous here and there. That, little stuff ripples out. And that's it. You just need to do it. It doesn't need to be anything grand. It doesn't need to be, you don't need to. When I was younger, I really had a difficult time with these types of issues, because everything, I just always want to be making sure everybody's good. That's just, and I'm like, oh, how do you, when you're young, I bet a lot of you guys felt that way. Like, how do you fix the world? How do you, and it's like, well, you start by yourself. You start by yourself. And that's what I'm trying to do, man. Improve myself. And it's a work in progress, man. I'll tell you that. Who needs improvement? This guy right here. Definitely need to work on myself. And that's what I'm trying to do. Refine myself, better myself, so that I can come in here. And if I am saying something, I want it to either be of somewhat of a value, something that may be of assistance, or if it's not, I hope for it to be funny sometimes. That's all. And I'm going to keep doing this till the wheels come off. And again, I'm not doing this to please a particular group or a person or you guys. Whoever's tuning in, it's for you. And if you happen to like it, sweet. Because that's my intention. I want to make things that make me feel good and make you feel good. I don't want to do anything else. That's it. Like, it's very simple, actually. It's very simple. Like, it's not a complicated thing that I'm trying to do. And I think a lot of other people are doing it, kicking butt, doing it in a really, like, I'm learning, and I'm so appreciative of where I am. And I know it's a climb. It's a huge climb. It's a mountain that we're climbing, each and every one of us, both individually and collectively. And it's sweet, man. Every little step that you take, you get a new perspective on life and on your whereabouts. Yeah, it's good to be alive. I'm very thankful, and together I really do believe we can resolve so many of our issues that have been impediments. I really think right now in history, at such a pivotal stage, we can definitely switch our trajectory and aim for something higher and better. I love you guys. I'll be back here again on Wednesday and Friday and Saturday. And again, I said I'm cooking, mixing things up, trying to experiment. We're going to be doing so many different things, whether it's, I don't even want to say it. When it happens, you'll see it. Little by little, you'll see it. So thank you once again. We'll be back here every week. That's a guarantee. That's a guarantee. We'll be back here every week. And it's been consistent Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. And like I said, if I happen to switch it up, I'm only trying to make it better. That's all. Ladies and gents, love you guys. Boys and girls, love you guys. Stay safe out there. We'll be back here very soon. Peace out, everybody.